Hello everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree2000 on Xbox Live. And as you can see, I know this is, it says up there, 4 days, 9 hours, 23 minutes and counting, until WrestleMania! Yes, that's right, so this being recorded on Wednesday, because yesterday was Tuesday, and that was SmackDown, and I just recently watched the last SmackDown before WrestleMania, and we're going to start things off with the same old thing, so my predictions for WrestleMania, and WWE.com has changed things around a bit on how you look at the matches, so, or maybe it's because there's just way too many matches that they can't do it like that, scrolling up and down, so they have to go through the next page after next page after next page. But if this is the first time you've watched my videos of predicting WWE, then this is how it works. I'll explain the rules. But if you just tuned into another exciting episode, then you know the rules already. But these are the ones for the people that have not watched this type of video before. Here are the rules for me. I make a prediction of who I think is going to win, which is who WWE is booked to win, and who I want to win is basically my own personal opinion. And if who I think is going to win wins, then I get a point. And if who I want to win wins, then WWE get a point. Because it's not who I was expecting to win at all. So that is it. And now there are 3 matches on the kickoff show. And unfortunately, this is one of them. I was really looking, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense because the Cruiserweight Championship has been on the line at every pay-per-view on that kickoff show, so hey, I know it's Noble versus Austin Aries. Who do I think is going to win? Austin Aries. Who do I want to win? Austin Aries. I don't think that Neville's going to win here because I think he's built up this return for Austin Aries so much. Why not get a win at WrestleMania? This will be great. Coming back from injury, coming back into the Cruiserweight division, actually making his WrestleMania debut, it'll be great. So yeah, that's the first prediction. But now we're gonna have to go on to my next prediction for the next match. Okay, the next match is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That is also going to be on the kickoff show, and it seems fair because it's always on the kickoff show. Who do I think is going to win? Well, I cannot see the people that are on there, so I'm gonna have. There are lots of big opportunities for a Battle Royal winner here. I think it's going to come down to these 4. Big Show, Braun Strowman, Sami Zayn, and Cesaro. I say Cesaro because he's also a former Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. But the question is, they announced on SmackDown that Cesaro is also in the match. But how can he also be in the match when he's going to be, I don't know, in a tag team title match later on in the night? So I'm thinking that may be a fuck up on their part, but I'm sticking with it anyway because he can play double duty as long as he doesn't get too injured. But yeah, my pick, and probably everybody else expects to see this, Braun is who I think is going to win, and but here's a little twist of fate here. Who do I want to win? I actually want to see Sami Zayn win. At least give him something, for God's sake. Even if it is the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But if that's my Raw pick, but if I had to have a SmackDown pick, it'll be Mojo Rawley. Because, somebody has to win. If I had to have a pick for SmackDown, who I think is going to win for SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler. So yeah, who I think for SmackDown, Dolph Ziggler. Who do I think for Raw? Braun Strowman. Who do I want from Raw? Sami Zayn. Who do I want from SmackDown? Mojo Rawley. There you go. That's my picks for that one. It's a very 50-50 one there, because it's kind of cheating because I've got 2 for each one. But hey, both SmackDown and Raw are going to be in the Battle Royal. So, there's that. Going on to the next match. Alright, SmackDown's first matchup, unfortunately, is also on the pre-show. So we've got Raw's matchup at the Cruiserweight Championship, and SmackDown's going to have a pre-show match. And that's the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, we have the moment, there are 6 women in this match. Whether it's going to be a Battle Royal, I don't think so, because we had a previous Battle Royal before that. So, and I think you might, I'm hoping for a championship scramble, where they'll pin, or maybe just an elimination match where if you get pinned or you're eliminated. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think something along those lines, like a championship scramble, where if you pin, if you guys have not seen a championship scramble before, but WWE have had one of those in the past, at Night of Champions, like in 2000, in the 2000s, I think maybe the late 2000s, 2009 or something, maybe, but I can't remember exactly, where the WWE Championship was on the line. I think one of those titles, one of the main titles, either the WWE Championship or the World Heavyweight Championship, was on the line, and it was also on a video game, a SmackDown vs. Raw video game, where I think it was 2008, where you start off as the champion or the challenger, and if you was to pin anybody, you will become the champion for go on for 10 minutes. And whoever was the champion after the 10 minutes was up would be the champion. But it would start off with 2 people in the ring, and then another person would come in after 30 seconds or so. And then, but whatever this match is going to be, might be thinking, and everyone else might be thinking the same thing, Eva Marie. She's also on a SmackDown roster. She's not been in WWE for a while now. So to come down at WrestleMania as a last minute entry after the match is over, like, let's say, for example, that Becky Lynch wins because Eva Marie is a heel. And she's, no, SmackDown Women's Champion, I hate to ruin this celebration, but I've got one more competitor left. Eva Marie's music hits, everyone's looking at the Titantrons, and then Becky Lynch is going like this, come on, come on, and then from behind, fruit roll up from Eva Marie, referee counts it, 1, 2, 3. Eva Marie, my pick, who I think is going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship. But who do I want to win? It's gonna be Naomi here, because she's not going to have to give up the title, because but if this is only going to be the 6 women and Eva Marie isn't going to be there, that is my pick for who I want to win. But out of these 6, and if Eva Marie isn't going to be there, I would have to think that maybe Mickie James might pick up the victory. So there are 2 I thinks, and 1 once, and that is Naomi. So, that's who I want to win is Naomi. But who do I think is going to be Mickie James or Eva Marie? This video is going to be for a long time. It's going to be 2 separate ones, because I have to stop in a second because we've got 5 minutes left until it ends. let's see if I can move on to the next one. Okay, the next match is exactly how I predicted what was going to happen after Monday Night Raw. And if you haven't seen Monday Night Raw, spoiler alert. So click on the X, or come back in a minute, press the back button, and then come, or pause it, the video, or go to and the next bit and skip ahead. Because I've got spoiler alert for Monday Night Raw for the last week's Monday Night Raw, the last Raw before WrestleMania. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson took out Sheamus and Cesaro backstage on Monday Night Raw with a ladder and took him out, just beat him up with a ladder, so that then they could then face, hopefully, face Big Cass and Enzo Amore at WrestleMania. But nope, that wasn't enough to take out Sheamus and Cesaro, as later on in the night, when they had that tag team match against Enzo and Cass, guess who came out with the ladder again? No other than Sheamus and Cesaro, that took out everybody with the ladder. And you know what? It was just, the ladder was there, it was being used, so WWE didn't think to announce a ladder match. I thought, okay, don't tell me it's just going to be a normal triple threat match. But no, I read it just a second ago. They must have announced it on WWE.com or something, or on social media, because I missed it. It's going to be a triple threat tornado tag ladder match for the Raw Tag Team titles. And that is a good way to have a ladder match at WrestleMania, as we've always had a ladder match at WrestleMania. I mean, not always, but at least there's always been one stipulation when you have to use ladders at WrestleMania. Last year it was for the Intercontinental title, and I think Zack Ryder won that, and that was on the pre-show. I think. I can't remember now if that was on the pre-show or not. But this isn't. This is on the main WrestleMania. Who do I think is going to win? I think that it will go to the Club. I think the Club are going to be successfully retain their titles here. Who do I want? Big Cass and Enzo Amore. Of course I want them to win, because let's finally see some silverware around their waist. I ain't saying gold. Everyone at WWE F themselves because it's not gold. I don't know what you call that, but in America, in WWE, but that ain't gold. It's silver. So, you know, at least it's upgraded from the bronze titles that they used to have. Seriously, I don't understand that. What, is it because that the WWE chip on the Universal title was made out of gold and you're going to get confused? I doubt it. But anyway, I'm excited for this ladder match. So, who's going to climb the top of the mountain by climbing that ladder, grabbing both the titles? Will it be the Club, Sheamus and Cesaro, or Big Cass and Enzo Amore? I want Big Cass and Enzo Amore, but I think the Club's going to win. And my time's about to run out, as it's at 14 minutes and 52 seconds. Now. So, I'm going to have to go on to the next match. Well, I'm back, and yes, the next up is a SmackDown match, and it's the Intercontinental Championship match, and there's nothing huge about it. It's just for the Intercontinental Championship. It's the Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin, and neither, by the looks of the two pictures, that they should have chosen a better one. If you ask me, I don't look too happy about it because it's a mid-card match and it's just a singles match. So it may go on for 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm hoping it won't. But yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one at all. But if I had to pick, I would have to say, I think they may go for a champion in Dean Ambrose for a longer period, but I want Baron Corbin because I just think there's potential that he's going to become a champion in the making, starting with the Intercontinental Championship. I think they're going to push him a little bit harder, but I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Unfortunately, as much as I want it to happen, fuck's sake. Very, as much as I want that to happen, I don't think it will. I think Dean Ambrose here is going to pick up a victory and they're going to build him up a bit more. Maybe turn him heel in the future, but hey, you know what would be interesting if they swap places, which I doubt will be another thing that will happen. Again, it's just something I would like to see. Baron Corbin as a face, I just don't think it'll make any sense. But anyway, I'm going to go on to the next match because this match is going to be kind of a seat warmer until the very next match is another SmackDown match, and it's going to be Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki Bella. Well, Mike Nisman, I want to try looking for a job on TNA, mate, because there's no way that WWE is going to have you go over on John Cena clean somehow. I mean, as much as I want The Miz to win here, I know it sounds crazy, but I want The Miz to win this one. It ain't going to happen. I think John Cena's going to win. So I think John Cena and Nikki Bella, but I want The Miz and Maurice. It's going to be interesting to see Maurice's outfit, her wrestling attire back in action, and their entrances as that's going to happen. It's going to be a really cool entrance, I like to think. For both The Miz and John Cena, and Nikki Bella and Maurice as well, but this is just going to be nothing. I think there might be some really awesome moments where there might be some cat fights, but at the end of the day, there'll be a double finisher, like an AA and then Bella Buster, or whatever it's called, that move that Nikki picks her up. Yeah, whatever that's called. And there'll be a double tap out, and that'll be it. So yes, I think this should go to TNA and maybe help them boost up on Super Miz up there or something, because it's not gonna be his time anymore. Going on to the next match. It's the dream match that everyone was waiting for. Best friends versus non-best friends. That's right, it's Kevin Owens. Kevin is never best friends. Let's face the facts. Kevin Owens said it himself. He used Chris Jericho for his advantage because Chris Jericho is a tool, and therefore he was his bitch all this time to help him retain that Universal Championship. As Chris Jericho then became the United States Champion by defeating Roman Reigns. But then, when the time was right, Kevin Owens backstabbed Chris Jericho in the back and betrayed him, and setting up this whole return from injury thing where Chris Jericho ended up coming back in Fastlane and costing Kevin Owens his United States Championship. So Kevin Owens was like, hey, you took away the one thing that was important to me, and that was my Universal Championship. So I'm going to take away the most important thing away from you. That's your United States Championship. And they've been battling ever since. And then the fight, and now it's going to collide. They're both going to collide at WrestleMania. Man, I don't know who to choose for this one. Who do I want to win? Kevin Owens or Chris Jericho? They're both really good, and I like them both so much. Oh, but I have to choose. I'm really going more on the Chris Jericho side of things. I mean, he plays such a good heel and such a good babyface. Kevin Owens is just he's never been a babyface, not even on NXT. He has been such that mean-streaked heel throughout his career in the WWE and on the indie circuits. I think that it'll be him that wins at WrestleMania, but I want Chris Jericho. Sorry, Jericho, but I think you're going to lose your title, mate. It's just, somehow I think everyone is going to beat him up, and Jericho's not going to be able to get up again. But speaking of beating ups, we're going to have to go on to the next match. To be honest, I hope the match that they're going in, when the list from list to list to list. If this is after the Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho match, I feel sorry for these women. I really hope that this match gets to be on the card, because sometimes WrestleMania matches go on for a little bit longer, and we don't get to see the matches that we don't get to see. We don't get to see matches. Certain matches get cancelled, but this is one of them that may not get cancelled. That's such a huge match. It's a 4-way women's elimination matchup, and I'm gonna do not just the predictions of who I think is gonna win and who I want is gonna win, but the order of 2 scenario elimination wins. One who I think, and the one who I want. But the scenario probably might end up staying the same. Who do I think is gonna win? Well, I think it'll be Sasha Banks. I'm thinking that Sasha Banks will win, but I want Nia Jax. The reason I say I think Sasha Banks is because, as much as everyone thinks that it might be Nia Jax, I think it's just too obvious of the fact that everyone's going to do that whole do their finishes, Bailey to Bailey suplex. Oh, natural selection. Oh no, she tapped up to the bank statement. She didn't tap to the bank statement before, but she's gotten rolled up before, and I just thought that finish was just there for that whole everyone does their finisher to her type of prediction type of thing. But she won't last long. She'll probably last a little bit. She'll dominate for the most of the match, and then probably 5-10 minutes in, and she'll be eliminated by 3 finishes or something. But who do I want to win? But that's who I want to win. But I think it's going to be Sasha that wins the entire match. But here we go in the order of eliminations from the match who I want to win for Nia Jax. Out first will be Sasha Banks. Out second will be Charlotte. And out last, of course, will be Bailey. And then the winner will be Nia Jax. But on the second one, who I actually really think is going to win, again, Nia Jax will be the first to go. Then I think it'll be Charlotte. Then it'll be Bailey. So either way, in both scenarios that I made up there, I think Bailey's going to be the last one to be eliminated. But that's just my opinion. That's just me. I'm going to move on to the next match. Here we go. Now this match is going to be a very hard match to choose from. Because last year, I think it was last year, that both men had their first ever WrestleMania, as AJ Styles took on Chris Jericho, and then Shane McMahon also took on The Undertaker in inside Hell in a Cell, and that storyline was really weird because it was like, if Shane McMahon won, he would become general manager of Raw, but he did so anyway, even though he lost. So, ugh. And then he became commissioner of SmackDown, so it was all weird. But now he's still getting himself involved. That's 2 actual authority members, people that are meant to be in charge, are going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. First Triple H that made a match against Seth Rollins, and then SmackDown, so Shane McMahon announces that, hey, you know what? AJ Styles doesn't have a person to face at WrestleMania, even though he got fired earlier. He didn't actually say that, but, I'm going to rehire him now because, you know what? He's got an opponent now. He's going to be facing me. Who do I think is going to win this match? AJ Styles or Shane McMahon? This one, it's going to be close. I think it's going to be finishes, signatures galore. They both have a lost record at WrestleMania last year. But if I had to pick one, I would have to think that Shane McMahon might win. Just because he lost the Hell in a Cell, and that was more of a better stipulation that still happened anyway, and didn't make any sense. Him to pick up a victory against AJ Styles in a normal singles match makes more sense. As much as I want AJ Styles to win, I don't think it's not going to happen. I think he's going to have his second loss at WrestleMania, which doesn't make any sense to me. Not at all. But that's how it's going to go, isn't it? There'll be some throwing punches from Shane, and some forearms from AJ Styles, including the phenomenal forearm. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe you get put for a table again. Maybe AJ Styles will get put for a table again, the announcer's table. We shall see and find out at WrestleMania this Sunday. And speaking of that Hell in a Cell match between The Undertaker and Shane McMahon last year, where it was one of the worst WrestleMania Hell in a Cell matches of all time, because there's been plenty of Hell in a Cell matches at WrestleMania, and last year was just one of the worst, next to the Big Boss Man vs. Undertaker one, where the Big Boss Man got hanged. Undertaker is yet again going to be at WrestleMania, and he's going to be facing the big dog, Roman Reigns. And we're back again. Time ran out, so another 15 minutes gone. But yes, I said there's the Roman Reigns versus the Undertaker. Oh god, it's the Undertaker, I doubt, is going to lose at WrestleMania. He only lost once, and I very much doubt he's going to lose again. But again, like I said before, with the streak, when I said before, way after he lost the streak, when he faced Bray Wyatt, I don't think the streak is actually going to matter. I think it should have, they shouldn't have even added that last victory at WrestleMania to that. Oh no, it's now 23-1. No, I think they should have just left it at 21-1, wasn't it? I think 20. And then today, that was the streak Undertaker had. Now he's just appearing at WrestleMania. The streak he had was 21-1. That's how many wins and losses ahead. I know, technically speaking, it'll go down and, like I said, it'll technically count. But I'm starting to think that now that this whole Undertaker at WrestleMania business is just making no sense. So it's not even a retirement match. I mean, for God's sakes, just do it already. Do a retirement match. Now that you've done the streak out of the way, what was the point of the Bray Wyatt one? What was the point of the Shane McMahon one? It was pointless. It was just there to say, yes, Undertaker's at WrestleMania. We're going to see Undertaker win again. And now I'm actually bored of seeing Undertaker at WrestleMania now. We've seen Brock Lesnar destroy him at WrestleMania. We saw the streak end. That was emotional. He should have retired the day after. And then, maybe be inducted into the Hall of Fame the following year. There hasn't even been any other Hall of Fame inductees anymore. That's it. We've got the Warrior Award, we've got Kurt Angle, we've got Ravishing Rick Rude, we've got Teddy Long, and we got the Rock and Roll Express. Five people in the Hall of Fame, and DDP, I'm sorry, 6. There's at least one more. There's room for one more, there's at least 2 more. 8 people, usually, they can have. I mean, okay, maybe you got 7. What's her name? Beth Phoenix, so that's about 7. But at least missing the celebrity wing, and you could have had the Undertaker to end it all off. But no. You have to keep on putting him in matches at WrestleMania. It should have been with the fact that it was this is my yard now, Undertaker. Nope, it's still my yard. They could have made it an era retirement match. But they didn't. But enough with me ranting. I'm going to have to pick a winner. But I think the Undertaker. And I want the Undertaker. This has actually been doing really well because I think the the heel turn is coming. I think that if they're gonna have the Undertaker lose, which it won't happen, to Roman Reigns, and to put Roman Reigns over, have him win in a cheap shot way. Have him spear him, Superman punch him, give him the drive-by kick, take out the Undertaker with everything that you have, even give him his own tombstone reversal, and have the Undertaker kick out and kick out and kick out and kick out, and something else, and kick out and kick out. Of every one of Roman Reigns' moves, have Roman Reigns think, what have I got to do to defeat the Undertaker? Have the referee get knocked out, and have Roman Reigns finally turn heel. Maybe have Samoa Joe help out Roman Reigns. You know, maybe that could be part, like, the old build up the stable, or Triple H stable, and have Roman Reigns join that stable. That would be a perfect setup for maybe SummerSlam, where Samoa Joe could face the Undertaker. Because he cast in a match at WrestleMania or something. Something on those lines. But yes, I think the Undertaker is definitely going to win. But, I mean, I have been wrong on Undertaker matches at WrestleMania. I was wrong on the WrestleMania 30. But that was because it was unexpected. I doubt that they're going to make this an unexpected win for Roman Reigns, because that means he'll have 2 losses at WrestleMania instead of 1. But we didn't think he was going to lose at WrestleMania 30 now, did we? So, you know, they might swerve us and just give Roman Reigns that clean victory where he spears him and that's it. 1, 2, 3. But moving on now to the last few matches. Speaking of Roman Reigns, he was part of the Shield, and his former brother-in, Seth Rollins, is going to have an awesome entrance after Triple H comes out first. Triple H will come down to something really awesome like he always does, and then Seth Rollins will make his entrance. He'll come down on the crutch, then chop the crutch down, and he'll even undo the knee brace and say, nope, fooled you, it was all just their work. So finally get my way and get my match with Triple H. And it wasn't a real injury. I just sold that injury for you when you attacked me. That would be a good way. I think that's where I think it's going to go. But who do I think is going to win and who do I want to win? I think this is going to be a brawl. I think this is going to be so much of a brawl, it'll be a no contest. I think this is going to just turn out to just being Seth Rollins beating the hell out of Triple H. I think there won't be a winner here. I don't want it to be a no contest, and I don't want it to be any cheap no contest at WrestleMania. I don't want there to be a DQ or a freaking count out or anything like that to happen at WrestleMania, because that will be shit. But if I had to choose, I think that Triple H is going to get the old shovel out and beat up Seth Rollins so much that he can't get up anymore and win the match. But as much as I want Seth Rollins to win this match, I don't think it's going to be that way. I think it's going to be the old shovel digging from freaking Triple H. After all, he beat Sting, and even though he lost to Roman Reigns, but that's because he didn't do anything to put Roman Reigns over. Look how that ended up. Yeah, from being in the main event of last year's WrestleMania to being in the mid-card of... I'm not saying the mid-card, I'm saying like the second, third, last match. Still, I don't know who's going to win at WrestleMania. These are just my predictions and my opinions. And I'm going to have to go for the second from last matchup, the first main event of the UK. This is a really shocking one. Second from last. If this really happens at WrestleMania, and this goes on second from last, I'll be fucking shocked. But maybe it's because, again, it's going to be a fucking quick match. It will be the quickest match in WrestleMania history. The entrances will take longer than the entire match. It'll be spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. I don't even have to say who I think. That's just how it's going to go. I can say I want Brock Lesnar all I want. Because I want it to win the championship. If it's going to be any part-timer, I at least want it to have someone that comes to Raw every so often, like every couple of weeks. He comes to Raw. Goldberg, since he's won the titles, only appeared on Raw twice. Brock Lesnar, I think he's appeared 3 times. Don't really want a part-timer as the Raw's main champion now, do we? But we're going to have a Universal Championship round. Goldberg's waiting a little bit longer, at least until like Extreme Rules comes around or something like that. Maybe have the Money in the Bank winner cash in against him. Do you know what would be really cool? Have Brock Lesnar win the Money in the Bank. That would be fucking cool. And have Goldberg lose to Brock Lesnar that way. Hey, it could work. It could work. But it won't happen yet. Brock Lesnar is not going to win here. It'll be Goldberg everywhere. If he was to bet against Goldberg, then he's going to be a losing bet. And again, that's exactly what I said. Undertaker at WrestleMania 30. And look what Brock Lesnar did to the Undertaker then. This is going to be I'm so pumped right now. You can't even see my muscles. I'm so freaking hyped. Because there's one more match. And that match is next. I'm scared a little bit. Not because of Bray Wyatt and the feud that's been going on with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. And the fact that these two are really tearing each other apart over the last couple of weeks. With Randy Orton burning down Sister Abigail's place or rest or whatever that belonged to Bray Wyatt, and now he's covered himself in his Bray Wyatt's covered himself in Sister Abigail's and ashes and like supernatural powers, and now Randy Orton's become even more creepier. I don't know what to say about this match, but what scares me is the most is that this may actually be the last match of WrestleMania, the main event. Who do I think is going to win? I want Randy Orton to win because he's my man. He's my favourite wrestler in the current main roster next to Dean Ambrose. But because Dean Ambrose is doing at the moment and Randy Orton is doing because he won the Royal Rumble for fuck's sake and won his number contendership back and won for AJ Styles and AJ Styles is facing Shane McMahon and it's all crazy and weird and this is going to be one hell of a WrestleMania. I think that Bray Wyatt's going to win here because he's just become the WWE Champion at Elimination Chamber, and I very much doubt he's going to lose here tonight, as we're going to have 2 main championship title retains for both brands. But maybe Brock Lesnar might stand a chance and win the title, win the Universal title, and then Bray will retain his. I don't know. Will SmackDown have the most wins? Or Raw have the most wins? I mean, they're probably much going to be even. I'm not saying, I don't know why I said that, but you know what? It's WrestleMania, for fuck's sake. It's WrestleMania 33. I don't know. I just made the biggest predictions ever. I don't know how many matches that was, but maybe I put something in the corner. And for each match I do, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think there's like 15 matches. I don't fucking know how many. But anyway, what are your opinions? Who do you think is going to win at WrestleMania? Let me know in the comments below. Or even if you have a video that you want me to see, I will see it. I might subscribe, might not subscribe, I may subscribe. I will take a look at your video of your opinion on what you think is going to happen at WrestleMania. And I'm fucking out of breath. I mean, goddamn. I can't wait for WrestleMania. I will not be able to speak at the end of the night. It's a pre-show with 3 main pre-show matches. The Andre the Giant Battle Royal, the SmackDown Women's Championship match, and the Cruiserweight Championship match between Austin Aries and Neville. Then you got all the others like the Tag Team title match, the Intercontinental title match, the United States Championship match, the WWE Championship match, the Universal Championship match, Triple H versus Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. It's just a huge WrestleMania, and I can't wait. I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as That's Just on Xbox Live. There are plenty more matches out there that may get added or taken away. We will not know until WrestleMania 33 happens. And until WrestleMania 33 review and reaction from this sick guy. I should not say this guy, I'm sorry. That's King Russ's things from What Cultures. Blah blah blah. I'm running out of breath and things to say. I'm just wasting some time until it goes down. Until I know Danrvdtree2000 saying bye bye. I'll see. And if you like this video, then click on the playlist on the right hand side to catch up with any of the other videos from this playlist. And also on the left hand side, click on the previous video. And feel free to like, share and subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon. And Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x10 on Xbox Live, saying thank you very much for watching this video. Bye bye!